We'd like to thank Brinzy, the chick incubation specialist, for sponsoring this Mother Earth News and Friends audio article. Brinzy has been focusing on egg incubator design continuously since 1976, resulting in a wide range of egg incubators, chick brooders, and incubation accessories. Their products are designed to be long-lasting and energy efficient, including their Advanced Series incubators and brooders, which feature the latest state-of-the-art digital control systems and provide instant readings of temperature and humidity to ensure successful hatches and healthy chicks. Innovation you can trust. Hello and welcome to Mother Earth News Audio. I'm Kenny Coogan reading Chick and Duckling Imprinting by Tamsin Cooper from the April-May 2024 issue of Mother Earth News magazine. Enjoy! When poultry hatch, they quickly learn to stay close to a protective carer. This phenomenon, called imprinting, occurs in all bird species that have good eyesight and mobility, including domestic poultry, within a few hours of hatching. As ground nesting parents are likely to lead their family away soon after hatching to avoid predation, the young quickly learn to identify and follow their mother for protection. Despite the protection we provide on the farm, poultry parents and their young still retain these instincts. Indeed, maternal care remains invaluable to poultry raised free range. The mother defends her young and leads them to safety, shows them how to forage and roost, and warns them which foods to avoid. From their mother and the flock, youngsters learn appropriate social behavior and communication skills and how to identify potential mates. Therefore, it's important for a chick to imprint on an appropriate mother figure. Imprinting is a rapid and deeply ingrained learning that occurs in a brief, sensitive period of life. It enables animals that have to learn and mature quickly to stay under maternal protection and learn life skills. The famous ethologist Konrad Lorenz explored the phenomenon in the 1930s by raising young goslings imprinted on himself. Imprinting normally occurs during the first day after hatching. Initially, hatchlings peep as they seek out heat. The mother responds by brooding them. As they become active, they latch onto the hen, attracted by her warmth, movement, and clucking. However, they have no preconceived notion of what a suitable mother should look like. In a brooder, after initially huddling together for warmth, they'll attach to the first conspicuous object they see, especially if it's moving. Often, this is a human carer or the group of siblings, but, as has been shown experimentally, it can be objects of any size or type. Experience within the egg assists the hatchlings to make the right choice by encouraging a bias to certain sounds or forms. In nature, this would prepare them to correctly identify their parent. While still unhatched, ducklings can hear one another's peeping, which encourages them to gravitate toward adult duck calls after hatching. Unhatched chicks synchronize their hatching through the stimulus of their siblings' calls. While still in the egg, chicks' peeps convey distress or satisfaction to the broody hen, who responds accordingly. The hen's clucks predispose hatchlings to imprint on a hen-like form. Personal recognition develops within the next few days. So, what happens if they fixate on a surrogate mother? If she's of the same species and her mothering hormones are triggered, there should be no problem. A broody hen will normally accept any day-old chicks introduced within a couple of days of hatching, as she has no reason to believe they aren't her own. The chicks will benefit from her production and mothering skills. If the mother is of a different species, the young may learn unsuitable behaviors and later become sexually attracted to the species of their carer rather than their own. And now, here's a tip on surrogate hens from Brinzy, the incubation specialist. Selecting a hen to use as a surrogate can be tricky sometimes. There are several large breeds of chickens known to have retained their trait of broodiness, most notably Cochins or Orpingtons. But there are a couple of bantam breeds that will happily do the job as well. Silky and Nankin bantams are renowned for their broody tendencies, who will happily sit on eggs much larger than you might expect. Care must be taken not to give a small hen more eggs than she can easily cover, but their dedication to the job is a great trade-off. Ducklings raised by a hen won't realize they aren't chickens and will attempt to learn from her behavior. However, chickens have different survival strategies than ducks. They bathe in dust rather than water, perch rather than sleep on water, and forage by scratching and pecking rather than dabbling. Given the appropriate resources, the ducklings will get by, but they may not learn the full repertoire of normal species behavior. The most problematic effect is their sexual bias. Drakes, raised by hens, will prefer to court and mate with hens, much to the hen's distress, while hen-imprinted ducks seek matings from bewildered roosters. It's difficult to reverse such imprinting, resulting in frustration from the animals involved. For example, a rooster imprinted on ducks may display in vain from the riverbank while the ducks swim away unheeding. A rooster imprinted on a cardboard box will repeatedly attempt to mount it. Such issues don't often arise in the wild, where hatchlings imprint on their natural mother as the closest moving thing in the nest. Care is needed to avoid inappropriate imprinting while incubating artificially. Young poultry raised by hand will imprint on their human carer and attempt to follow that person everywhere. They may have difficulty integrating into the flock and may prefer to court humans unless they have contact with their own species from an early age. Although they may retain the sexual and social preference, early integration with their own species will normally reorient them enough to allow breeding. Birds imprinted on humans won't fear them, but this attachment won't always lead to friendship. A rooster is territorial and may view humans as competitors in later life and display aggression. Zoos have experienced breeding difficulties when young birds are raised in isolation. These days, great care is taken to make sure hatchlings don't imprint on their keepers. Staff dress in sheet-like costumes that hide their features and feed hatchlings using a glove that imitates the head and bill of the parent species. The young are then introduced to members of their own species as soon as possible. Poultry breeders wishing to incubate artificially and then encourage integration with the adult flock also avoid close visual contact with hatchlings. They provide food and water from behind a screen or while out of sight. However, some turkey poults don't eat or drink without maternal encouragement. A disguise and a poultry hand puppet could be the answer. Hatchlings with no carer imprint on each other, which means they learn all their life skills from their siblings. Having no experienced leader, they may learn unsafe behaviors, such as eating the wrong food. Extra care is needed to ensure their environment is safe and that they learn where food and water are located. You can dip their beaks in water and scatter crumbs to help them learn. Some modern poultry breeds have lost their instinct to go broody, as the tendency has been reduced through selective breeding for egg production. However, several heritage and backyard breeds of duck, chicken, goose, and turkey successfully brood and raise their own clutches, accepting eggs from other members of the flock. Once imprinted, the attachment is normally deeply ingrained and virtually impossible to transfer. Young will subsequently avoid anything that's unfamiliar. If you wish to tame your chicks, feed by hand and handle them within the first 3 days after they've bonded with their mother or surrogate. Thereafter, they'll develop a fear of humans. Their attachment to their mother will grow as they learn to recognize her calls and her appearance. The mother will attend her young until they fledge and lose the fluffy down from their heads, although I've witnessed such care last longer. Then, she'll rejoin her adult companions, while her offspring remain in a sibling group and start to integrate into the flock. Her early guidance will have equipped them with the social and communication skills they'll need to navigate the pecking order, as well as local knowledge for foraging, avoiding predators, and how and where to bathe, rest, and perch. Soon, they'll join in the communal activities with the flock. Although it's possible to raise young artificially or by using a different species, there's no substitute for the richness of learning gained from being raised by a same species mother. Tamsin Cooper keeps chickens, ducks, and goats on her small holding in France, where she aspires to live as sustainably as possible. She's a keen observer of avian behavior and has mentored on a chicken welfare massive open online course, MOOC. We hope you enjoyed the audio version of Chick and Duckling Imprinting. You can reach us at letters@motherearthnews.com. To listen to more audio articles, go to Mother Earth News and Friends podcast and look for audio article in the episode title wherever you listen to your podcasts. Music for this reading is Hustle by Kevin MacLeod. Thanks again to Brinzy, our sponsor for this Mother Earth News and Friends audio article. You too can experience the Brinzy difference and maximize your hatch rates with Brinzy incubators that precisely control temperature and humidity and are made of antimicrobial materials. Brinzy ships worldwide and provides stellar customer support to answer all of your questions. Hatch your chicks with Brinzy, the leader in innovative incubation research. Learn more at www.brinzy.com. Thanks for listening.